searching for Tuesday nights live. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn. www.saintricketts.com. It is the theme song to another amazing live Tuesday night episode of the Yo Show.
Yo.
I missed that.
I missed that.
It's been a few weeks, man.
Jeez.
Whew. I am Jeff the Shark Perini, your host for these festivities. With me again. I say again because it's been a few weeks. But with me, as always, she is the co-hostess with the mostest. She is truly the sister from another mister. And she is, by golly, the most beautiful face in podcasting, webcasting, broadcasting, simulcasting, bodycasting, cast of characters, all that good stuff. Jewel Tatey. Jewel, welcome back.
Oh, man. It's good to be back.
Right, it's been a few weeks. We missed a week, which we do not do, but I was in Nashville, so we missed that week. Jewel got bombarded with work. It's almost like work is anti-Yo Show. Your work is anti-Yo Show. I'm convinced.
I know. Every couple of weeks, they're just like, no. No, not today.
No, we need you.
Yeah. Late
That's
nights, my nights are for podcasting. I can't be doing other things besides that.
If you think about it, we kicked around every possible night. We're like, man, we can't do Mondays in football season, Monday Night Football. Can't do Thursdays because during football season, Thursday Night Football. Wednesday night was like the middle of the week, and Jewel doesn't really have. Right, Jewel doesn't really have Wednesday.
Activities, Joey. Like, she has activities now, like in the fall. Like, it's always Wednesdays.
So, after all that, I'm like, all right, how about Tuesday? And now Tuesdays become a disaster.
Not always. I mean, it just seems like forever, but I mean, you were here last week. Hello, thank you.
Everybody's happy to have you back, JD Wolf. JD, I'm going to take it easy on you tonight, even though you're a Vikings fan. Take it easy.
Vikings.
I'll take it easy on you tonight. Huge thanks to a great guest last week. Singer Savannah Lee was our guest on the show, and she was lovely, lovely young lady. Jewel got semi-backed up by a new member of the family. She's done some Wednesday nights with me, Allie Commissaro. Allie's definitely cool. She's actually a longtime friend of Cassie's from back in grade school. And I had found her, Jewel, a long time ago when I first started thinking about doing a second night. And always reached out to me, like, how about doing it? She's like, I don't know. And then we hung out the night of the corn show. And she's like, all right, let me give this thing a run. And she loves it. And,
she did a great job. And
she's pretty good.
And everything. And the puppy.
Right? Yeah, the puppy. It was like,
she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's very, very cool. Very pretty. She's Jewel 2.0.
No.
The hair's great. And she said she'd be more than happy to be the first backup, which is cool. Because, some nights it's kind of last minute with Jewel, and it happens. The working world happens. Life, like we always say on the show, life happens. And, what can you say?
I'm wondering why we're not playing on the TV.
I don't know. It was a little delayed. It was slightly delayed YouTube starting. YouTube started behind for some reason. It's okay. Awesome. You guys have a hell of a team. Thank you very much. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I thought... So the game was, like, end of first quarter, and I'm watching, like, and kickoff didn't even start. I'm like, I'm hearing people cheering and stuff. I'm like, what is happening? Here I was watching, like, a recording of the game.
There was two games last night as well. There was the Buffalo Bills game. And I got to tell you, folks, if you want to see the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, you have to run into that team, and they are freaking outstanding in the game. But, yes, we're back. And like I said, big thanks to Savannah Lee. A big thanks to Wednesday night's guest as well on Yo 2.0, Jewel. And I don't know if you caught any of it. DJ Herbert Holler was in the house. And pretty cool. Talking a lot of DJ stuff and rocking a party. Started talking a little bit of politics, which had me a little nervous.
I saw that. I called that. I'm like, oh. Hello.
Right? I'm like, oh my God, Jewel will be losing. And afterwards, Allie's like, dude, you did a good job of derailing it. I'm like, I just kept quiet.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
We don't go there. But hey,
It happens
teacher,
sometimes.
you want to come on here and this is your platform. Not
Tonight,
necessarily views of
exactly. The views of our guests are not necessarily the views of the show.
Come on. Just eyeball me. I know she wants to come up. Come on.
So we got a great guest tonight. This gentleman, this is super cool, Joel. This gentleman reached out to me on Gmail, and he said, "Hey man, the BA sisters referred me to your show because they had such a good time on it. And how about interviewing a major rock star?" And this guy is hardcore rock star with great music. We're going to play one shortly. He's got a brand new album out called Tropical Depression. We'll get to a song shortly. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sergio Michel is in the house. I'll tell you what, I'm expecting some rowdiness from Mr. Sergio Michel tonight.
Oh, I'm excited. This is going to be a party.
I think so. He looks super cool. His music is like lightning fast. It's kind of almost like thrash, hard
it's
rock.
Like if Mike Nappy was a rocker.
You know what? Yeah, okay. Kind of like that. They should do music together.
They should.
Do a stream.
Oh my God, do the rock and then Mike could do it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
So I know Jules been a few weeks, and I'm sure this one totally confuses you. But our top 5 tonight is
Oh my God, I didn't even do it.
Awesome, you didn't.
Oh.
So we use mine.
I'll do it on the fly.
This one's hard to do on the fly. I can't find the header. Where the hell's the header? There it is.
I was confused. The band
it's like
name.
Top 5 artists who are
band.
the band.
You are the band.
And I kind of sent you a
You
example.
sent me an example, and I still just.
Because even the example's hard. It took me a while to get them, but I'm.
Oh, Billy Squire.
After I lay mine out, I think you'll be like, "Oh,
Okay.
I see what you're after." Like this.
I'll go through my things.
Like you'll see the leader of the band, not so much to see the band, but you want to see the headline, like Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band at number 5. Like you're going to see Springsteen. The E Street Band is kind of his backup band. You kind of
So
get
it
where I'm
can't
going?
be like that. It can't be and the E Street Band. It has to be like I had Borns, and Borns is the name, but it's a band. It's his name, but it's
right.
name.
But that's good though too. Like that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Like I said, Bruce Springsteen in parentheses E Street Band because you don't really come for E Street Band, you come for Bruce. Like at number 4, I did Prince, of course, the Revolution. Now,
okay.
You don't go to a Revolution concert, you'll go to a Prince concert. Revolution happens to be the band. Man, this is confusing the hell out of me, and I'm the one that made the category. Number 3, Tom Petty. Granted, it's the Heartbreakers, but you go to see Tom Petty.
No,
wow.
Because it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. So I could say Bruce because it's Bruce and the E Street Band.
Right.
You don't say, I'm going to see Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Right, nobody says that. Thank you, J.D. Wolf. Somebody gets it. But you're not going to go, I'm going to see the E Street Band. You're going to see Bruce Springsteen. Number 2, of course, is Billy Squire, for example. And number 1, after doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, I'm like, this one's perfect.
The other ones?
You missed them? It was Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, so
Prince.
Okay. Like he's ever on any of your list. Get out of here.
I know. Well, I needed it tonight. Prince, Tom Petty, Billy Squire. Number 1 is great. Jimi Hendrix. Whoops, it's stuck. What the heck happened? Why isn't that working? Great. You know.
I'm going to have to think about this all
there
show.
It is. Jimi Hendrix, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. But you're looking, what the heck just got cut off?
See, I was so confused because I thought you meant just the name. Like, that, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, that's like a whole
band.
It's not
but
just his
Jimi
name.
Hendrix is like
Garrett Borns is the lead singer. So the whole band's name is Borns. We're like, I guess it wouldn't be Blondie, huh? Blondie's not her name.
No, it's not Blondie Harry.
Or it wouldn't be like Shannon and the Clams or like Josie and the Pussycats. It has to be like, you know.
Well, I mean, it can because, like I said, like the
think
leader
you're just making
is
stuff up.
the leader
George,
is the
we're
band.
just talking about you.
George Poundhouse. We were just talking about you, George Powell. As you know, from the amazing band Poeta. And I'm embarrassed. I was going to wear my Poeta shirt tonight, and I did not. And there's George checking us out. Anyway, Poeta is one of the absolute hottest bands out there right now. Go to Spotify. go to Apple Music, Poeta, poet with an A at the end, Poeta. George is the drummer, a super cool dude, a local dude. And George, if you're free this Saturday night, cigars at my house while 50 ladies pile in and go out for my wife's birthday.
Yeah.
There's your invitation, live on the show.
I'll be there.
Drew will be there, and we can smoke cigars and go to Murphy's afterwards and get shit-faced.
I want to have a cigar. I've never had a cigar.
Really,
I feel like I'll vomit.
You have to learn. You kind of have to learn how to smoke it. Like, you can't take it in. You have to just kind of hold it and
it's like you swish it.
Right, and kind of let it out.
So it's just like the flavor. But how is
Yeah,
that relaxing if like you don't inhale?
I freaking love it.
Okay.
See, JD Wolf, it's an experience.
Did you ever like do the pairing like with the whiskey and the cigar? I know.
I'm not so much making stuff up. Whiskey, now that stuff like cognac and cigar and all that don't work for me.
Cognac.
Sway around a fancy drink and speaking.
Sound like Stewie Griffin.
Look at this dude around. But I enjoy it. So, Jules' top 5 list is apparently obsolete.
Borns, Josie and the Pussycats.
Borns, Josie and the Pussycats. George Powell and Poeta. George Powell and Poeta. Jen Page.
Sia Vida. Sia Vida.
Sia Vida.
See you later.
Hasta la vista,
baby.
that was one terrible top 10. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, I gotta start doing stuff a little more creative besides favorite guitarist or people's name that starts with B. And I'm like, how about this? And even when I'm writing it today, I'm like, this kind of sucks. Not gonna lie.
Oh gosh.
It's been what, 3 weeks? We're a little out of sync. We'll get it back.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's fun.
It is
fun. Off the cuff.
That little bit of sloppiness what makes live. Forgot the word. Live video, what it's all about.
Live podcasting. Live. What'd you call it?
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. See, that's not bad. See, that's kind of like it. That's good.
See, good so one. It can be any name, is what you're saying.
Right. You more or less go for the name. Like, again, you're not going to say, oh, we're going to see the Heartbreakers. They're going to see Tom Petty. You're not going to see the Blackhearts. You're going to see Joan Jett.
This is just what the fans are saying. Like, it's,
I guess. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, man. Is that your mic? Hot mic.
What's it doing?
Staticky. Oh, back up.
Back up. It might be me. It might be me being a little staticky. I went out and got this nice fancy microphone that no longer works. I got to tingle with it.
My big microphone, what's it called? The big one. It doesn't work. It looks good. But
right, like, I don't know what's going on with these fancy microphones. And I went to look something up. I totally forgot what the hell I was looking up. There's something good I wanted to look at. And I forgot. September 30th, Jewel, is National Podcast Day. And the reason why I want to remind everybody, we got this, it's Po Duty Live LLC, Live Theater and Entertainment. We're going to get the details where to find it, but me and Jewel are part of it. 12 hours of live stream. We got little bits and pieces from a bunch of podcasts. It's a Friday night, Jewel. We did talk about it a while back. If you're busy, we'll figure something out. But it is September 30th. Our good friend Jeff Ravilla is hosting, and a bunch of different shows and podcasts are coming out to just kind of celebrate the day and talk a little bit. And these people, we fool these people thinking that we're a super professional show. Suckers.
They love us.
They do love us. We do get a lot of praise from them.
Man, these people really have their stuff together.
I know, right? Like, man, look at these followers. Look at these guests.
Whew.
We luck out, more or less. And a huge congratulations to one of my absolute favorite people on earth. We met her through Sepsis. She is Sepsis's great merchandising girl, and she's like their biggest fan, the Swarmy leader, the amazing Lexi Swarm. Congratulations on the comeback of your great podcast, the Metal Honey podcast. I watched it last night, Joe. I love her. She's so cute. She's going to make an appearance on Yo 2.0 in a few weeks. We're going to talk about the Metal Honey podcast, etc. The amazing Lexi Storm. Actually, I think I still have a picture of her from when I met the band at the concert. I think there she is right there. I just adore her. I think she's just cuter than cute. And she's just so fun. Like, she's got such a great spirit about it, and she knows a lot about music, and she's very awesome. But Yo 2.0 in a few weeks, Metal Honey podcast. If you can find it, check it out. Check out our good friend Lexi. She's super cool. Oh, that's right. Well, JD Wolf, no, it's awesome, and she is awesome, dude. I got the pleasure of meeting her in PA. She's so cool, man, and she just really gets into it, and the music, and jumps around, and she's so entertaining and fun. And last night, Drew, you probably would dig it. She had a whole thing about the origin of Spotify and the future of Spotify. And she said that Spotify, now I'll run this past you real quick. This wasn't our topic, but she said that Spotify is talking about becoming the next big wave of social media, like a Facebook. Not really sure how. What do you think about that? And what do you think they could do? See, I said kind of go towards MySpace. Let music be, right? Let music be like the forefront, and have the person kind of be like just the afterthought. What do you think?
I mean, I definitely miss the pages, and you built your own little world. It's like, and then people can connect with other fans of the same music, because you know, a lot of people listen to obscure music, and you can connect that way. So I feel like, I don't know how it would like intertwine though. I'm just thinking of myself and having to keep track of so many bands, and really wanting to see when they come into town so I don't miss them. And I always miss them. And I know there's bands in town, but that really, I don't check my email often. So I don't know. I need like maybe an alert. I would rather get alerted for that than anything else.
Exactly.
Like Facebook, crappage, and
I'm with you. And
I don't know. But yeah, something needs to be done, because they just need to all see, but it can't be really cohesive, because then there'll be no, I don't know. Social media, it's just all
maybe
over
like
the place.
have it be more like MySpace, where there wasn't like comments on a post or something. People would like, if anybody wanted like get intertwined, they'd comment on a picture or send you like a message, clean message, for the love of Christ.
I don't mind comments. It's just,
It's what they lead to. Some people like to egg it on in the comments to get you to a bad place. And we've all been in those bad places, except me. On like my third.
So you just can't do anything about that unless you have censorship, which just kind of defeats the purpose of having your own say.
Agreed. And they kind of lost that in court, the ability for censorship. So
what do you do?
Right, exactly. So it's, what we have to do is we actually have to rely on humans to be, I don't know, decent.
Good people.
Right? Is that weird shit? What a concept. I think we're on to something right here on the Yo Show Tuesday nights.
I think everyone should just go to Twitter and save that stuff for Twitter. When you can see your own profile.
Right.
And your family's on Facebook, just keep it nice. Keep it nice.
Right.
Keep it friendly.
I despise Twitter.
Twitter is funny though. Like there's a lot of good funny content on Twitter. It's a lot of bad too.
That's the rabbit hole. That's where Satan does his social media work. And we're here. All right, let's play a song. Sergio Michel is a awesome rock star. Super cool. He's got a brand new album, Tropical Depression. We have the actual song here. Let me get my high quality technology to load it up. Share system audio, Chrome tab, Tropical Depression. Now his tunes are like hard thrash, but they're also pretty quick. This one's 2.5 minutes long. It is the title song, Tropical Depression. Our special guest tonight, Sergio Michel. We'll play this real quick. We'll come back to you in 2 minutes right here on the Yo Show. Enjoy it. And if you're out there, play it loud to offend your neighbors, because this one's a slasher. And I'm on the wrong screen to start it. I suck at this. All right, here we go. Be right back.
the rest. With money you obsess. You're playing with controls. You take advice from fools. You are just a tool. For those who seek to rule you, blindly I be carried away. Home is harvest through flame. Toss about like crashing waves. Trap the pressure with the fame.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Joe, I love it. Tropical Depression is the song. Sergio Michel is the artist who'll be with us in a moment. He's made his way backstage. I always like when the music's on and the artist comes backstage, kind of see how they respond, and he's like lip singing and he's just like getting into it. But it is a great song. It's a great number. And the beauty of doing what we do, Joel, as I say over and over again a million times, you get this community of artists that find each other, that bounce each other back to us, and we find them through social media. And like stuff you may have never found that is just so damn cool, and that's already on my Apple playlist. It is. I love it. Super cool.
I know, and the community keeps getting bigger, and the word of mouth. I mean, we so appreciate that being the podcast that we are. You know what I mean? And the responses we've gotten, and to just people to recommend us to their friends as well, who are also artists, is just, it's amazing. And we love having all this amazing talent on week after week. So very excited.
We certainly do. We're more than lucky. 213 episodes deep. And like I always say, we're 212 and 0. Pretty sure by the end we're going to be 213 and 0 with awesome guests as we welcome our special guest tonight. He came in an email, Joel, and said, "How would you like to have an international rock star on your show?" And I'm like, let's check this out. And within like 2 seconds, I'm like, this guy's a goddamn rock star. Super cool. Great music. Tropical Depression is the brand new album. Let's talk to him about that and many more. Let's give it up for our guest, Mr. Sergio Michel is in the house.
Yay! Yay! Hey, guys. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Joel.
Hello.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for finding us and reaching out. Notice that the BA sisters, who we had a great time with, had recommended it, and we think it's super cool. So thank you, man, for taking time to be with us tonight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. And modest, too. I'm very modest as well. So.
As are we. I mean, just because I'm one of the greatest. Yeah. It's hard to be modest sometimes when people pump you up. And I've read a lot of reviews about your music, and it's all true. It rocks. It's got a little slash to it on some of the songs, like a little like thrash type metal to it.
Yeah.
Just super. And congratulations, of course, on the brand new album, Tropical Depression. Tell us a little bit about the album, the creative process, the name, how it all came together.
Okay, so Tropical Depression is obviously a play on words on hurricanes, right? And the way modern culture is set up with the instant gratification from the internet, etc., people get caught up in this whirlwind of having keep up with every trend, you know, making their life about likes and views and who comments. And none of that really matters in life. I mean, if you go out there and do your best at what you do, you're going to have real life accomplishments. And people are going nuts over, social media these days. And at any way, at any moment, the smallest thing could end that. Like, for instance, let's say a provider just cancels, Meta bought out Facebook and Instagram. They could have easily just wiped those two apps out, and everything people put into those apps and all the media would have been gone. Same with YouTube. And we saw that with MySpace. So when I was younger, I was on MySpace, CompuServe, Prodigy, and I remember I had almost 10 million friends on MySpace.
Wow.
On a band page. Right. And then one day I woke up and this new site was there. AOL bought it out. And I realized, I'm like, dude, I had friends here. I had people, top level contacts, all kinds of bands, all kinds of actors, gigs lined up. And just one day to another, they disappeared back in the early 2000s. I said, okay, you can't put this stuff on the internet. You gotta, just invest in real life. And that's where your accomplishments are, brick and mortar. So tropical depression is basically a culmination of the last 20 years that I've just sat back and seen society deteriorate because people are so obsessed with online. I mean, if there's a catastrophe in the Western civilization and power goes out for 2 weeks, there are people whose lives are literally destroyed because they have no job, like brick and mortar. They don't do something like yourselves. You have a talent. You do an interview show. They're just famous for being famous, taking pictures. And if that was wiped out, their lives are over. So I said, hey, this is pretty crazy. So let me write a whole album about that. So every song captures like a personality or some sort of premise that has to do with the modern age, which is absolute insanity. It's wholesale insanity. And it's not natural. It's not healthy in the long run. And I just made a tongue-in-cheek album because if you really think about it, it's not funny at all. So that's basically it. That's the lyrical premise. Yeah. That's it. The music is something else, but the lyrical premise, that's what it is.
That's really wild. I mean, the album is great, and yeah, I love that though. I love when there's fast, upbeat songs or songs that you think are positive but really, really have like a dark undertone. I enjoy that, but that's wild that you say that because I don't think we've had any artist that has had a huge MySpace community that just went away, and I don't think I've ever thought about it because, you think about those days, which weren't that long ago.
Right.
And, you think about music on pages, but man, the people who built their business there, like we do on Facebook, like we have so many followers on Facebook. That's kind of like the meat and potatoes of our podcast. So that's really insane. How did you recover from that? And how did you build your fan base back up?
Well, the thing is that I always saw the internet as what it is. The internet's a bulletin board system, and I happened to grow up. I was born in '79, so I grew up as a kid in the '80s and in the '90s as a teenager. And this is all sci-fi. So iPads to us was Star Trek. When we were kids, you couldn't fathom having a computer in your hand. You couldn't fathom having a phone that can show you a video. That was 300 years in the future, according to our sci-fi. Right now, I'm sitting here talking to you on a phone. That's transmitting signal back and forth in real time. If you would have told me that when I was 8, I said, you're on crack. That's Star Wars. That's Star Trek. So I still had a foot in the brick and mortar. When I started out in music, I was a 16-year-old, 17-year-old sneaking into CBGBs. And I remember, still, playing like, in Brooklyn, what was it, Lemoore and things like that, and Obsessions in Jersey. I still ticketed with Leaflet. So I always had a real life route, and I always wanted to be, at the top of the game. And the only way you do that is actually by touring and by impressing people. So that you have to do that in the real world. Now, when the internet came out, what I saw the bulletin board system come out. So I said, this is an easier way for me to get these digital leaflets to people. So I've never built my career on the internet. I just use it as a megaphone. And people don't get it. They're like, well, why don't you, try to get followers? I mean, I have 30-something thousand, maybe 38,000 on Instagram, 33,000 on Facebook. But, I really don't go into the growth of that. So when I post, it may have low engagement, but in the back end, my views are like 10,000, 20,000 per post because I'm using it as a bulletin board system. I'm not really putting up anything that's up for debate. It's like, I was here, this is what I did. It's not like, hey, here's my new guitar, what do you think? So I still see the world from a brick and mortar standpoint, and I learned my lesson from MySpace. Like I said, one day I had 10 million friends, and I was messaging people all day, like it was almost like a job. And then one day I woke up and AOL bought MySpace, and it went down to zero.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, the music's still there, but none of the faces are there. So I said, no, this is dangerous. So when Facebook came out, Instagram came out, I kind of shifted my focus from trying to, get friends to just advertising what I do in real life. So because I see it coming. It's going to happen again. YouTube's going to go, Instagram's going to go, and it's going to really ruin a lot of people. And don't be so hard on yourself, Duel, because you actually have a podcast. You can go to another format. But I'm talking about people that don't have that, like they're not hosts, they're not actors, they're not musicians. They can't do anything in the real world. They're just like, hey, I took the right picture at the right time. The algorithm gave me 5 million followers. Hooray. And they perpetuate that. That is not real world. You cannot sustain that business forever. And one day it's going to crash, and a lot of people are going to, I don't know what they're going to do. So
Wow.
A lot of young people too, because I feel like the older generation knows how to back up their information at least. But yeah, if your whole business, that is their entire life, and man, it's a scary thought.
It's tough. So that's what tropical depression is. But as a Christian, the lyrical content is also biblical, so it's redemption. So I'm not just cursing the darkness. There's actual redemption in there. So it's negasonic, but it is a positive message. But because I think that today it's like you get put in a box where you can't really criticize anything or say anything, so nothing gets better. Back when we were little, people used to get chewed out by their parents, and they're okay. Now it's like you can't breathe on somebody, and you just gotta let them go off the cliff because you don't want them to get offended as they fall off the cliff. And I'm just not built like that. I'm like, look, I'm gonna warn you, and then you do whatever you want with that information. But I'm gonna use my platform as something redemptive and cautionary, because that's the day and age we're in. A lot of these young people, they don't have a standard. They're just going from thing to thing, place to place with no plan in life. And that's going to fail. Eventually, this is going to go away. This internet celebrity stuff, this viral video thing, it's going to go. Every trend goes. What are they going to do when they're 30 and 40 years old and they've done nothing in the real world? That's going to be a crisis. And somebody has to warn somebody. So I'm doing my part. That's all. As an artist, I'm doing my part. In the 60s, it was, the anti-war stuff. Today, it's like, dude, get off the internet and go to the park or something. That's me.
Live. Do live shows.
Right.
Yeah.
You talk about the generation gap. My parents, I'm 51. My parents were told me to take my cancel culture, my hurt feelings, and shove them up my ass and get to work. You know what I mean?
My parents too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we talk about numbers and people following, but you still managed. And this is an amazing feat. You were named the #1 ranked artist by Reverb Nation's metal chart for all of Los Angeles. Dude, that's freaking awesome, because Los Angeles is huge. It's a huge rock community. So congratulations on that. Tell us a little bit about something about that achievement and the Los Angeles scene. Like, what's it like out there? It's gotta be challenging as hell.
Well, the Reverb Nation thing, fortunately, I've held it since 2014 consistently. Awesome. So because, like I said, when I first started in music, I saw a vision. I'm like, I wanted to be as a musician, as a front man. Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth were cool. Why can't we mix that? Wow. But then since I'm from Jersey, we had a lot of Rat Pack style influences, which means, somebody was an actor and a musician and a business mogul and a record executive. So I kind of modeled my career after that. And I had equity in all those things, and it comes together. So, like, for instance, here in LA, some people know me from music stuff, from tours. Other people know me from soap opera acting or movies or like TV. And then other people know me from like celebrity boxing. I was involved in Drake, Chris Brown, Rihanna feud, and, Snooki versus Jay Leno stuff. So I've always diversified. I see this as a portfolio. I'm an artist, and there are different mediums by which I can express myself. And a lot of people don't get me. It's performance art. I'm intentionally triggering. I'm intentionally, out there because I see it as performance art. I grew up with Andrew Dice Clay, with Sam
wow.
Kinison,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. These people infuriated you to the point where you had to laugh. That's the formula. And to me, it's funny that people still haven't gotten it yet. I'm a performance artist, but I dabble in all these things. And what saved me in LA is that I've diversified. I came here with a plan, and I already accomplished some things elsewhere, in the New York market and the Miami market. And I came here in strength, as opposed to, a lot of people that come to Hollywood, they come to Hollywood, barely ever experiencing a live gig, no acting credits. Once you come here with like deer in the headlights, and you don't have like a point of reference for a career, this town could chew you up. Everybody's out to, out for the buck and for their own bottom line. And if you don't come here with a plan, it's very tough to make it. But I fortunately haven't had that problem, because I came with a plan and just went for what I want to do. So I don't bother with other stuff. I have my like horsey blinders, and I'm looking at my prize, and I'm going to go do my thing, get in, get out, go on tour, get in, get out, go on tour. And I kind of stay above the fray that way. But I mean, yeah, I've seen some guys come here with nothing, a guitar, and live in a hostel, and then lose everything and have to go back home, because it's not a town for that. You got to come with a plan, and you got to come with some sort of equity that you can convert into an opportunity. So, it's not an easy town,
Did you
Yeah.
did you go there with the intention for music, or like how did your whole journey from New York to LA go, and how did the acting and everything come about? Did you seem like a yes man? Were you just like, yes, I
Yes.
will do that. Yes, I will try that.
Yes, you get it. Yes. So when I came out here, I've always considered myself a Sunset Strip artist. Even before I grew up in New Jersey, I grew up around, Eddie Ojeda from Twisted. Joe Lynn Turner was my musical mentor. Had Ace Frehley around. Hung out with him a lot when I was a kid. So I was around the Skid Rows. My mom worked at the law firm that represented Skid Row, but I kind of rebelled against her and just did it myself. So I have no favors. Like, I went out and just did it, But I had those type of people around, but I never considered myself an East Coast artist. Like, I always liked the Brad Gillises, and even Yngwie, went out to the West Coast, and especially Eddie. So I'm like, that's where I belong, because the Jersey guys, we're choppers, right? We're very versatile. We can do the Misfits, and we can do Metallica, and then go do Frank Sinatra. It's totally natural. We have 4 seasons throughout the day. We're that kind of people. But I saw that I wanted to be a mainstream Hollywood artist. I was very bubbly, positive personality, but big, like almost like a more hard-edged David Lee Roth. Hey, so that's why I knew I had to make it. So that's what I did. I focused on Hollywood. I came and kicked butt musically, and then I became a national headliner, and went on tour. And then with the acting, I started in Miami. And I was doing the international soap operas, and then I came here to do the American television and stuff. But that's on hold until I got more stuff to accomplish in music right now, so I'm focusing on the music, and then I'll wean the acting back in. Yeah.
That's really
But that's the
impressive.
plan. It's very simple. It's just, I have a plan. I've had it since I was 4 years old, and I'm executing it every day. That's the key, kid. Just have a plan, and every day do something. Even if it's this big and apparently insignificant to everyone else, do something every day that gets you closer to your goal. That's the lesson, I guess, if I have one.
That's terrific. And usually we do these interviews, and we always ask for actually chats. We don't say interview. Interview is so tight. We chat. And we always say at the end, like, give some inspiration. That's inspiration. And it's true, because people say to me, oh, all you do is you post about your show. I want people to watch it. I want them to get to learn the artist. And it's got you talking because you say it. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, I've never watched the show. But you see the ad, and you mentioned you see the ad. So you know it's out there.
Yeah, and they're just haters. You got to remember, one thing I've learned pursuing my my goal is that a lot of people, they resent others that are trying to do anything. And what you got to do is forget, they're upset about their life. They're not happy with themselves. You just got to forget that and keep doing you. Like you're saying with your show, every day you're posting your show. What do they expect? Who else is going to advertise your product but you? I mean, that's ridiculous to condemn you for advertising your own show. So I get it too. It's like, why are you always talking about your shows or what you do? Because my thing and I'm advertising. What do you want me to do? Hide in the corner so you don't get offended? No, it's ridiculous. So
your voice of the average man is hilarious.
Yeah, dude, just go on any post on the internet. Hi, look, I got a new puppy. Oh, it's not a cat. That's just a homogeny of Western civilization. Hey, I got $500 and I gave it to an old lady. Well, you could have given it to a three-legged dog. They're always going to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always going to find a complaint. So just keep doing you, man, and let them, block them. Block is a wonderful thing.
It is.
Yeah, but then you want to see your success. So I thank Jeff all the time because he does post like significantly more than I do. Like I hardly post. So I call him the hardest working man in podcasting, but that's what you have to be. You have to sell your product. You have a great post about haters, and I just read it, and then I read it over because
say it. What is it?
People are not going to like this post because they're hating, and then I'm smiling because they're hating, and then the hate just makes me smile, and then they're hating.
Yeah. So. Right. And I did like 3 posts like that because every once in a while you get somebody who's unhinged, who doesn't know who you are, and they're upset that you're smiling. So I just kept posting that over and over because to me it's funny. It's like, why are you here? You don't have to be on my page. You don't have to be on Jeff's, radio page. If you don't like it, just go somewhere else. There are plenty of podcasts. There are plenty of musicians. You do not have to torment yourself with our presence.
I like when you see the people who say they don't watch or don't want to watch or don't think I'm good, but you can see them when they sneak in through the phone. You can see who sneaks in and out and who watches. So
you want to hear the best? You want to hear the best? I've literally had people in real life come up to me randomly and be like, Sergio, you're not that big a deal. Just because you're standing there with Paris Jackson at the Whiskey and you're always hanging out with her at the Rainbow and you are on a #1 rated television show, like they think that by negatively talking about the cool stuff I do, somehow I'm the joke, the butt of the joke, and I'm like, dude, you're a fan. You're literally rattling off. You're rattling off these lists of accomplishments and cool things, and you're trying to insult me with them. But you claim that you don't watch my stuff or listen to me, but you know everything about my life. So I think it's hilarious, and to me, it's like it's not a detriment. I think it's just hilarious. It's weird, So I get you. I get it too. And Paris Hilton posted a meme once, and I always remembered this. She's like, this is the face of people who complain about your pictures. Like if you're a woman, you post like, bikini pictures or like vanity pictures, and the face was like the most ugliest dog in the world. It's like, that's their profile picture and they're calling you ugly,
right.
And it's like, so that always stuck with me. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, Paris, you're right.
Mentality. It's makes themselves feel better. But it's
substance.
I want to talk a little bit more. You mentioned Whiskey A Go Go, which is one of the biggest spots around, a tremendous venue. You mentioned sneaking into CBGB, so great venues like that. What are some of your favorite venues? Do you get a little awestruck being in some of these places? Like some of the greats have stood there, and there you are right there on the same stage.
Yeah, I treat it very seriously, and I respect music history. So that's what I was trying to achieve. I didn't get into this for the sex, drugs, rock and roll, that stuff. I wanted to achieve that level of greatness. My name will be included among those greats.
Sure.
So that's what I set out to do. And every time I play the Whiskey, it's like, dude, Jimi Hendrix stood here. This is where Hendrix made it. This is where Eddie Van Halen made it. This is where Don Dokken made it. This is where the Doors made it. And here I am. And I've headlined the place 20-something times. and it never gets old. And I treat it with great respect. You know, my picture's up at the Rainbow next to Dio. That's a big deal. I treat it with respect. I got it, and I did national touring from there. So I made it on the Sunset Strip, and the Whiskey, I consider it my home venue. So I treat it with great respect. The Rainbow, the Viper Room, all that stuff. I treat it with great respect, you know, and it's awesome. And you know, I've had the privilege to play at a lot of like those legendary type venues all over the United States, and I treat it with great respect. I'm a music historian. I don't take this for granted. I know that I'm an outlier, and it's a very special thing. So I just encourage people, look, if that's what you're aspiring to, that kind of level of stuff, just do it and try your best and keep doing it. It's not going to happen overnight, and you may have setbacks, but if you just keep doing it and you stay consistent, you'll get there. And that's what I did. I just consistent, and respect. You know, I don't play with this. I take it very serious. I set out to get to that level. That's what I'm doing, and that's the level at which I perform. And that's basically it. But I treat it with great respect.
How was the first time playing there compared to now? When you're more seasoned, how does it feel now? Do you feel more?
Yeah, now it's awesome. You know, we got the sound dialed in. We know the room very well. The first time, it was a great story. I was actually in Florida. I had to get up at 3 a.m, get on a plane. I had to take 3 connectors to get to LA, basically at sound check, headline, go back home. Like I had to sleep at the airport. So that's another thing. You know, things are not easy. I had to, in order for me to get to that level, I had to sacrifice and go through a lot of hell that a lot of people don't want to go through. I mean, I've heard people complaining, oh, you know, we don't have a tour bus with like, you know, 2 toilets or something. Like, dude, you have no idea. I've been on some tours in a van. I've done American van tours, and those are some of the best, you know, and it's what's gotten me as far as I have. I'm willing to endure and overcome uncomfortable situations that most people would not go through. And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you are at an impasse in life and you're being tested. And if you're like, nope, too uncomfortable, you just missed out on a whole opportunity. So I've never been like that. I'm like, oh, this is going to suck, but I'll do it anyway. And then in retrospect, you're like, oh, I don't even remember the bad stuff. Yeah.
Right. Just the outcome, just the great show you pulled off. And yeah, I mean, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
Yeah. And we pro shot. We pro shot the last one, so I'll be getting it. They're mastering it now. We'll be getting it this week, so I'll be posting that too. So SergioMichel.com, and the manager there, who's seen me many times, she said, "Wow, that's the loudest, the heaviest, the fastest, the best you've ever sounded." I'm like, cool, and we got it on tape. That's what matters. So there you go. So don't miss that one. Yeah.
That's super cool. And like I said, I'm a fan, and we get lucky. You know, like we talk about the plus and minus of social media. The plus is from doing this show, bands get recommended. Like, check out this band. That's kind of how I found the BA Sisters. They recommend this band. Check them out. Super cool. They come on. They're great. They mention us. You connect, and then here you are. So the community end is great. Do you find LA and the music scene to have a lot of community, people trying to help each other, or do you feel like everybody's kind of out to be the best and it's tough making friends?
It's kind of an island. I believe I made the right friends. So I found the like-minded people like myself who respect rock and roll and know that everybody's just trying to make it. And it's invaluable to have those kinds of people. They're very few and far between, but I've managed to find quite a few of them. I'll give you a good example. There was a guy who was at every show. We did Party in the Parking Lot, which is the Rainbow. They closed the parking lot, and it's a huge show. So we did the one where George headlined. Rough Cut, we played with Rough Cut, George Lynch. That's amazing to be on that bill. And, you know, I had like the Rainbow, the Viper Room, the Whiskey, the Canyon Club. There's a place. And this guy was at every one of my shows. And he would cross his arms, just stand there like this every time. And then one day, I just finished at the Rainbow. And I'm like, oh, man, here's this guy. And I walk by him. I'm like, let me just ignore him and walk by. And he goes, hey. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm like, dude, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I really don't have time to argue. He goes, you're great, man. I just want to tell you that I love you.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, cool. I didn't know how to process it because this guy's mug the whole time was like, very angry. It's just like he was paying attention. So
Yeah.
a lot of times in LA too, there's a tendency to want to be seen as something. So it's like, I'm pirate metal guy. I can't like you. I really do. But I'm really nice and I like puppies. And I got pumpkin spice lattes, but don't tell anybody. I'm supposed to be Zach Wild. So there are people like that, and you can't read them, and then they come around eventually. But for the most part, I found those people who are honest, and they're just like, yeah, man, you did a good job. How did I do? Oh, you did a great job. So there's a mutual respect, and I've been very fortunate to be able to find those people because they are few and far between, but there are many. There are a lot of cool people in LA. But yeah, in general, it is dog eat dog. Everybody's out to make it. And I think it's because LA, there's a lore about it, right? It's like, oh, if you come here, you're gonna get famous. It's not true. You have to work and you have to do the right things and you have to find the right opportunities. And yeah, you will make it if that's what you're meant to do. And you're consistent. It could take years, it could take decades. I mean, there's actors that are on Netflix right now who are ruling the world who couldn't get booked on terrestrial TV or real movies for 40 years. Now they're 50, 60 years old, 70 years old, and they're like, finally a millionaire because they did one show. So you got to keep doing it. That's how it is.
Incredible.
But yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
That's insane. And Nashville too. And you had a nice little article in the Nashville Voyager of Rising Star article. How does it feel getting all these accolades this year? Like there's some big time stories coming out about you. Like how does that make you feel? And it just
Thank you.
excite you to press on and move forward?
Of course. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Like I said, I never set out for the sex, drugs, rock and roll thing, the me stuff. What I wanted to do was entertain people and achieve. Like, I'm going to be the best in my generation. That's what I'm going for. And when this is all said and done, it's going to be Eddie, Yngwie, Sergio, Eric Johnson. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm shooting. I don't care about, what people feel, if they like me or not, but they're going to say that guy can play. And that guy did it in his own time. And the Nashville Voyager thing kind of cemented that. I lived in Nashville maybe 5 months. And all of a sudden the press there was going crazy. Who is this guy that came from Hollywood and he's like a good guitar player and let's talk about him. So it's like that part of the town really got interested in me and helped me out a lot. And like I said, because I never wanted to fool people into believing I'm something. I'm like, let me be what I'm about and put it out there and hopefully people get it and the right people are getting it. Like yourselves, the right people are getting it. If you know what you're looking at, you're like, damn, I like that. And that's what I want to do. I want to find those people that like what I'm about. And it's just rock and roll. Rainbow, Alcatraz, Deep Purple, Yngwie, Van Halen, Night Ranger. They may sound very different, but there's one common theme with them. Everybody's a great player and everybody's a character. And if you're just a character and you do very well, people will like you. That's it. That's
Yngwie,
what I do.
Yngwie is definitely
I love Yngwie.
a character.
I love it.
Did I hear you mention Eric? Did I hear you mention Eric Johnson?
Yes.
That's amazing. Love me some Eric Johnson, and you're obviously taking the lead because we always ask like who are your influences, who are your idols, but you've been laying it out, and just some of the greats: Eddie Van Halen, Yngwie Malmsteen. I don't care if people don't like his personality; the guy can absolutely shred. You said Eric Johnson, that rocks my socks. I love his stuff, and I love your stuff, man. You are an absolute legit player. It's really super cool. You said you're from New Jersey. We're obviously right outside of Philly. When you coming back around, man? Because I got to get tickets and sit in the venue and watch you just rock out.
All right. So right now, I am talking to about 2 or 3 booking agents and trying to see which one is the best option. I still haven't locked one in. So if anyone's out there in the East Coast that wants to book us for a circuit, let me know. But I'm looking for 2023 because it's counterintuitive, but I like winter tours. We did the North American tour in the winter with Soulfly, and I really liked it. We did Buffalo, Shakopee, Boston, New Jersey, Brooklyn 2 times, and it was freezing cold and snowing. I'm from the cold, So I would very much like to go back in the winter. But yeah, I'm looking for January and up because the Tropical Depression tour, because of the shutdown, it gave this album shelf life. Everything that came out during the shutdown has like about a year or two more before it, it's almost as if everything's been reset. So I'm gonna tour this album because it has very good songs. So I'm actually gonna give it a legit tour next year, and then move on to the next one because I had Rob Tucker, which is Jason Newsted's drummer,
Wow,
on this
okay.
album. He's a drummer on.
Yeah.
It deserves to be heard, and people really like it. So I'm gonna squeeze it for as much as I can for the sake of the effect it has on people. People really like it, and it's tongue in cheek. It's hilarious. It's fun to play too. At the Whiskey, we did all new songs, no legacy songs, and it went over very well. Like I said, the manager there was like, "Whoa, this is the first time I've seen you do this kind of stuff," and it was really good. I was like, "Okay, so I'm on the right path." Yeah.
I love how all your impressions.
Your impressions are great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that'd be great though. And then the East Coast, the tri-state area, which is great. Jeff was just in Nashville. We'll come out to the West Coast and see that.
I would love to come out
Yeah.
and see you play. Yeah, definitely.
Like all our people.
It's always been like a dream of mine to walk into the Viper Room or Whiskey a Go Go or something like that, and just watch great people and that's what we get here, people that are passionate about it. And you see a lot of these podcasts and webcasts, and they want to talk about politics and social this and what's your favorite color. And now, man, I want to hear from the gut of true talent what drives them. And I am beyond impressed on what it's worth. I'm just a little me, but so impressed by your delivery, your drive, your attitude. It's freaking amazing. And you know what? It reflects in the music. If you're just like, yeah, I'm here, I think I'll play a song, you hear it. If you're like, yeah, I'm a musician, I want to be great at being a musician, you hear it in music, and I definitely hear it in yours, man. I'm moved. I love it. I'm a big fan.
That's what I'm going for. That's all I'm going for. I love, people misinterpret a lot of stuff. I love signing autographs. It's not about me. It's about, I remember when I was a kid, Mustaine signed my stuff, Junior signed my stuff. I had all their albums, and it was like, oh, this is so cool. I'm gonna put it on my wall. I'm like, I want to be that guy to somebody that likes my stuff. It's cool. I'll rip a concert bill off the wall at a venue I'm playing. I'll sign it, give it to the person. Take a picture with a little kid. Sign a CD for a little kid. Give them an autograph pick. Why? Because for the rest of their life, if they are a fan of mine, they're gonna say, you know what? This guy took a moment to help me. Who knows? That kid might be driven to do music because of that incident, just like myself. I was driven. It wasn't a positive influence, but I was really driven to succeed because of Mustaine. Mustaine snarled at me once, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show you," And but I want to be a positive influence to people, Yeah. So that's why I do it. I don't do it to aggrandize myself. I do it because I want people to be happy and have a special moment. That's what I'm in it for my fans.
Cool. And despite all Mustaine's odd stories, the guy does absolutely kick ass. Like,
he's awesome.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He is one of the most misunderstood people. One of the most misunderstood geniuses that music has had.
He's a genius. Yeah, everybody calls him a genius. Like,
first band website. He saw the internet before anyone else did. First guy to do this and that on MTV. First guy to do this and that in a video, like Sweating Bullets. Right now we have CGI and cloning, and that's like, every day. But back then, Sweating Bullets was a revolutionary video. The No More Mr. Nice Guy video. He's an innovator, but he's never gotten the credit he deserves. It's like the world has been against that man since the inception of his life, and it's sad because he's a revolutionary and a visionary. But that's just his mantle. He's just a tough, snarly type of dude that's ahead of the curve, and he's the one that does everything first, and then everybody follows. But he never gets the credit. So it's like that's the only shame. But outside of that, he's a great dude. And after that, like, that was when I was a little kid. But after that, I kind of reached out to him on Twitter, and he said, yeah, sorry I did that, but you probably did something that ticked me off. So I was like, okay, that's apology enough. That's
That's about
apology enough. We're
that's
cool.
about the best
Yeah,
apology you're going to get out of Mustaine. I don't even
I
think
know.
his family gets apologies like that.
No, yeah, and you probably just, sorry, but you probably did something that pissed me off.
That's
So
actually
I
a
could
great
just hear him.
impression too.
I could see him. It's I could see it doing. But I love him. I mean, I've been called a Megadeth as a slur. I've been called an Ingve as a slur, so it's a badge of courage. I mean, a badge of honor. So I'm like,
Sure.
But you do it in the
you
positive
Megadeth.
way, and you're right. Like my earliest concert experiences, like I'll never forget, and the people who took the time, Scary Spice being one of them, she became like one of my favorite people ever. But she took the time with me, and that
Yeah,
just makes all the difference for a little kid that loves music and wants to get into that,
yeah.
and just having their idols be nice to them makes a world of difference. So doing it the right way, and people are loving you for that. So thank you for your music, and thank you for being here tonight. This was so fun.
Oh, thank you.
We definitely absolutely have to invite you back on. We usually do a half hour. We're cruising past that, but we're just having such a blast. For everybody out there who might be new to it, if you watch live, if you watch a recording, find Sergio Michel. And I mean, find it. I put it in big letters. www.sergiomichel.com. The brand new album, Tropical Depression, is on Apple Music. I know because it's on my Apple Music. It's on Spotify and a lot of great sites to download music. Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is at Sergio Michel Music. I'm getting tongue-tied because I'm so excited. But yeah, man, we'd love to invite you back. We definitely would love to see you come out to the East Coast. And God, man, I really root for people so positive like yourself. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I want to do. I want to entertain people. I don't care if it's a tour bus or a white Econoline van. I'm gonna go and play for you. So watch out for January to like April for the East Coast stuff. Yeah.
That's great. The one thing, one more thing before we let you go. I love when people look at the ad for sure and are like, well, who's this? I'm like, well, watch it. Next thing they're like, hey, that's not too bad. I'm becoming a fan. And we do that a lot here. And a lot of people are like, I never heard of them. Like, you don't have to worry about hearing them. Hear them tonight on the show. Then you'll understand. And that's what we're all about. And that's what we're making the names. And we love it.
And thanks for doing that. I'll give you an example. We all know a very big New Jersey rock guy that all he does is talk about, the people he likes from the 80s. That is great. Nobody's helping them in the industry. That's fantastic. However, you have to, like I said again, diversify. You have to also curate and encourage these people who are on the up, who can get to that level. Because think about it this way: in 5 or 10 years, all your favorite bands are either going to be dead or retired. That's a daunting thing. Everybody, it's true. They're in their 60s and 70s. They're either going to be retired or, God forbid, dead. What are you going to do with the 30 to 45-year-old artists who have been touring, who nobody's talked about for 20 years, but now all we have is TikTokers? Rock is going to die, not because it's out of style and people still go to concerts, but because the greater metal, rock, hard rock, punk community has neglected my contemporaries, myself, others. And so I thank you for giving us an opportunity. Like the BA sisters, those girls work hard. I love them. They're they're really cool. I saw them at NAMM. They're out there. I love them. But they're two in the same boat. They've worked very, very, very hard. And the big channels, Access and that stuff, they're concentrating either on guys that were big in '82 or little TikTokers. And there's a whole generation of 2000s to 2020 artists that are killers. We're out there. We're touring the world. We do the festivals, but the media, the greater rock media, drops the ball. Thank you for being on top of that, because the rest have to catch up, because in 5 or 10 years there's going to be nobody to talk about, and you got to do it now. You got to get us in front of everybody we can now, because when those legacy bands go, rock is going to go with them, and it's a shame. It's got to be strategic.
We're honored to have you guys just take the time for us, because you guys put out the great music. So that's what we like to hear. This was our dream, to just find great artists who have great music. And, we're the lucky ones to have you guys be a part of our show, because you guys
Thank you.
We're
certainly
just
are.
the ultimate fans.
Yeah, Jewel nailed it. We are more than lucky. Some of the great names that have come on 213 episodes. We are 213 and 0 with outstanding guests. We don't miss.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and yourself included, Sergio and Michel.
Undefeated.
Dude, thank you so very much for just reaching out to me, just sending an itemail. Again, it's just that easy. Like, hey, man, how about it? And right away,
Tongue in cheek. It was like, you want to have a leg?
It'll work, man. It grabbed me. Your confidence in yourself grabbed me. I'm like, rock star, huh? I'm like, this guy is a fucking rock star. You know what I mean?
It's just tongue in cheek. It's performance art. It's funny, and it's like like I said, it's unbelievable how many people just get triggered by just positive affirmation of yourself. It's very bizarre, but you got it. Yeah, it's just tongue in cheek.
It's
not Steel Panther, but it's tongue in cheek.
But it's pretty good. And like I said, we do it here, and I tell everybody, and like I'm like, yeah, we're like #1 in Bucks County, #1 in Pennsylvania. People are like, where are these rankings? I'm like, their rankings are out there. We're the best show in Pennsylvania. And after a while, people are like, this guy's got the best show in Pennsylvania. I don't know who ranks it, but I ranked it, and there it is, the best.
Yeah. Who else is in Bucks County? I don't know nobody from Bucks County. The Yo Show I know.
Yeah, there you go, my man.
Oh, the East Coast came out. There it is.
Yeah, little East Coast.
The Pasta Fajoule came out. Hey! Hey! Who's in Bucks County over here? Come on. You got to listen to my boy in the Yo Show.
Right, I love
Forget about it. Forget it.
So, yeah, man, let's book this soon again to bring you back. A few months down the line, more music comes out on tour. We'll bring it back. We absolutely love it. An amazing time. Sergio and Michel, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
You got it.
Great night.
Bye.
Jewel, I got to tell you, man, he's even hooting and hollering as he's leaving. I love stuff like that. I love a guy, and it's not just confidence. He does have the confidence. There's a difference between arrogance and confidence. He has confidence because he knows the direction. He has the right plan. Like I said, he's got a plan. And it comes out, God forbid saying the word, it comes out perfectly. Like it reflects in everything he does.
I'm saying the positivity is just 80% of it. And then, being a doer on top of it, you have to do the work. And that just shows with, all of our guests. I immediately think of Mike Nappy and Brendan Messon. Like,
yeah.
Oh, God, these guys just pour their heart and soul into it. And it really just shows. Like, you can tell. And their true artistry comes out. And so much more because they have that positive mind. They're not, dragging their feet. Oh, will anyone listen to this? No, they're just going, doing the shows. And he said, posting his afterthought. I was here. I did this show. Whiskey a Go-Go. Done. And then people are noticing. And accolades come. And you know what I mean? Now you have a couple great albums. And bing, bang, boom.
Got a superstar in your hands. Like you said, don't let that fade away, everybody out there. I know it's fun to admire a one-shot TikTok deal or even YouTube. Like there's a lot of influencers, and we've had them on our show. We had Brianna Dale. She's a terrific model. She's a wonderful person with a great story, and that's what we kind of do, Joel. Like everybody's like, a lot of people are like Brianna Dale. Here's a girl with big boobs, and she's a model. But she was funny and entertaining and smart and deep, and it was all great. There's people out there, and you got to start to appreciate more than just a picture or a quick shot or a little video or something like that, because they're doing great things. Like Sergio said, man, one day your favorites, your legends, your top bands and all are going to be gone. Who you turn it to? And like I said, I keep these people. They come on my program. I put them on my music archive. I've got them because I love it.
That's so true, though, because I don't know, when I'm a different generation than you, but like we would go to the box, or we would go to the box and see what's new. But that really wasn't indie stuff. Like we had college radio stations, and it's just like radio stations or TV. Now we have so many outlets, and people just are filtering into only certain ones, where there are so many podcasts, probably like ours, that have amazing unsigned artists doing their own thing, being their own managers, their own PR team, pumping out this amazing music, right. and no one gets to hear it. And it's just, I'm not talking about Sergio, I'm talking about like just some of our people we've had on. Like, how are you not, huge right now? You know what I mean? No,
sure what's up.
But
hello.
it's just wild. So you look. I mean, at least I try to look for where can we find these amazing bands, and a lot of it is being able to go out, go see shows, and seeing bands live there's nothing like it. So if you can go see a band live, but I'm talking about like entertainment wise, YouTube wise, and what he said is true. Like, this is gonna fade. We're not gonna have this freedom like in a couple years. You know that. Like, you know, the shit is gonna be regulated somehow, some way.
Somehow.
So we have to get it out while we can. Keep this archived.
Agreed.
For the
And
future.
you see guys that people that watch the show like J.D. Wolf. Now J.D. Wolf is a guy that appreciates music, finding new music, the loud stuff, the hard stuff, and of course the band that comes to mind is Sepsis. And I saw them live out there in PA, and they're working the room and shaking hands and taking pictures and hugs and all this stuff. Like, they want you to know that they're thrilled to have you there, not only by going up and kicking ass on stage, but to come out to you and be like, "Hey, man, just thanks for being here." That's what it's all about. You got to be there. It's
Gotta be
nothing
there.
like it.
And you gotta be here every Tuesday night.
Hit it, Joey.
Every Tuesday.
Say it.
So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and hit that like button in the face. Don't break your screen.
You almost broke my screen. Do you realize that? You were like that close, chocolate face. You got chocolate all over your face.
Yeah.
Is that it?
And make sure you hit all notifications, and if you don't do all that and check out my channel and do the same, Piggy will steal all your snacks.
Piggy?
Piggy?
Back
Are
to
you
Piggy?
Piggy? Piggy?
We're going back to
Well,
bed.
it's spooky season, so
Oh,
horror games.
oh, yeah. See,
I didn't
like,
say serious. It says serious.
since it's like Halloween,
Mhm.
You're going as a Hershey bar with your chocolate face?
with my
She's
boss
got-
girl.
Oh, he's not here tonight.
Dang it!
Earl. Where's Earl?
I need my
Where's
boss
Earl?
girl comments.
I haven't seen a lot of Earl in a while. He's
Good though.
Yeah, and
Thank
if you don't
Mhm.
do all that, then it come.
This ain't over.
Yeah, he will come to your house.
Who?
It's
it.
Oh, it?
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pennywise.
come on, man.
Come to your house and haunt you for the rest
You're
of
scaring
your.
Jeff. I see a spider.
That's what
It's
your
on
mother
the
needs.
ceiling.
Pennywise. Your mother's like freaking out. Your mother's a horror fan now.
You know what sucks about being the only adult in the household? Having to kill bugs. Because I can't.
That is not.
It's a spider.
That is not a spider.
It's a big, hairy spider.
No, that is. If that's a spider, then it's got a big, chunky booty. What is it?
It's a mosquito.
What in the world is she doing?
There's a bug on the ceiling. It's on the ceiling. It's
She's
coming
gonna
towards
kill
me.
it.
I'm gonna hit it with
No, you're not. Stop. No,
Straight.
it's gonna fall on me.
It's pretty
Stop.
rough. It's pretty rough when your 5-year-old daughter's more badass than you are.
She's 8, but cool.
Is she 8? Is she 8?
Yeah. You said you
Holy
were 5.
God. I thought she was like 5 or 6. She's 8? My God.
I'm 8.
She said, "Excuse me, sir."
So when we first started doing the show, she was like a little tot.
Yeah, she was 4.
They can't shut her up. Oh, I know. Catch up is right. I'm so bad at like stats.
Yeah, good job, Uncle Jeff. What the hell?
I know, right?
Oh,
This
and
sucks.
I'm doing big girl stuff
All right.
since I'm 8. I
Yeah.
know how to use the microwave and use the shower.
Don't forget to like
Yeah,
and
I'm
subscribe to
big
her
girl. My
channel. What is
mom
it? Joey's. What is
Teach
her
me how
channel?
to make mac and
Just-
cheese and eggs.
Josephine's World.
Josephine's World.
Yeah.
It's
I remember
Josephine's
that.
World. I'm just living in it.
That's right. I
Thank you.
forgot her age, but I remember her channel, Josephine's World, on YouTube. I certainly hope like he's like YouTube's gonna go away someday. I hope it doesn't, because I love our YouTube presence. I love the people that watch us there. I love everybody that watches like Twitch, and Facebook of course, and all the stuff. So you watch us, we greatly appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Twitch is awesome. I feel like Twitch is still sleuth like people are under the
Yeah.
radar there. So
And
that's
it's still
cool
more
to
for
know.
the gamer. We're trying. I
Mhm.
keep telling people like, yeah, man, it's not just for gaming, and it doesn't have to be. go watch this great stuff on there too. I do have to. I gotta break a little stones, Jewel. I noticed JD Wolf is here, and he's become a great fan of the show, and it's like family the way he chimes in and supports, etc. But his Vikings did get their ass beat last night. Our Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0, and just
I'm wearing my green.
I don't blame. I got the hat on. A sensational game last night by really the entire team. Darius Slay was on fire. The defense played well. Jalen Hurts had a great day. They ran the ball well. Everything just went really well. And the Eagles are now 2-0. Next week, they face their old friend, Carson Wentz, and the Washington Redskins. Commanders.
Commanders.
Commanders. That is their stupid name. Right? They deserve to not win a game for having that dumb name.
Commanders.
So, are you feeling the vibe yet, Joe? I know you're not as hard pressed on sports as I am, but are you feeling the vibe after 2-0? Yeah, are you loving the match?
My painting.
Whoa, look at that. You are such a superstar artist. I absolutely love your art. I do.
I'm going to watch every single game this year.
Yes, I like it. Big play Slade did dominate. We played it. They played a really good game last night, national TV. No offense, JD. We seem to have some of the Vikings. It's kind of become a team that the Eagles really grew to hate. So we really seem to get up for them. They played a great game last night. And sorry about your stinky Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings lose.
How many times did you hear that song in Nashville with all the bachelorette parties?
One.
Oh, really?
Just one.
I heard it so many, I guess it was a while ago.
There was a lot of bachelorette parties. There was a lot of very pretty women falling face first into the ground.
We didn't even talk about it. Did you go to Coyote Ugly and see bitches fall off the bar?
No, we did not go to Coyote Ugly. We did not. But
so fun.
We missed a lot. And I got to tell you, Jewel, we didn't talk about it. I should have brought my cowboy hat then. You can see my cowboy hat. It got awesome.
Where do you see my cowboy get up this weekend?
I saw you guys are going to a cowboy night.
Yeah.
I told her to wear my hat. She's like, nah, I want to ruin your hat. But yeah, I can't wait. I love it.
Don't let her wear
probably
anything going out is going to get ruined. I have my mom's vintage fringe white. I'm like, I can't wear it. It's going to get destroyed.
No.
But I have French cowboy boots that are like thigh high. I'm very excited about.
I got to say, for me, not really liking country music, and again, no disrespect to my wife, I find country style get-ups like just really sexy. Like I think it's a hot look. And she had her boots on, and she was rocking it. And the one night I took a picture of the one night in the hotel of her legs with the boots on, and yeah, man, she was rocking it. And Joel, you nailed it. It is a town unlike any other. If you're out there watching, you watch later and you've never been
Even
there.
if you're not a country fan, didn't I tell you? Like, it's just music.
There's everything. There's every kind of music. There's a couple great superstar artists that I met that I talked about being on the show that a couple have already like, yeah, we're in. A couple I can't get to respond. And of course, you might have heard my soap opera story I sent you that so depressed. Standing right next to me. It's like Tracy Bergman, like one of my favorites.
People in that town, man. I saw
Dude,
Chris
she was
Pratt there.
Like right here. And I said to my wife, I got soap on it, and her name wasn't coming to me, so she's like, say hi. I'm like, I forget her name. But yeah, great town. And overwhelmed, like the first night, we hit Broadway, we're like, what the hell do you do first? There's so much.
So much. Did you go Kid Rocks?
Yeah, Kid Rocks was...
Rocks is cool.
Wow, man. 3 floors of just packed. Like, it's almost impossible to move around. And we went to Stage, which was incredible. And I can't remember the name of half the places because...
Rob's is where I saw Chris Pratt. Rob's Western World. That place is cool.
That's pretty wild that you saw Chris Pratt. And
singing Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
nuts.
No big deal.
But Coyote Ugly is in the back. It's a far walk. Well, it's a far walk, I guess, if you're drinking all night. But it's like way in the back, like towards the river, up a little side street. And there's a cool like dueling piano bar right next to it, and then another jazzy place. It's just a cool ass town. Did you see any roaches?
Any what?
Roaches?
No, I actually didn't.
That big.
I did
fly.
see. You do get burned though. I did buy a $10 hot dog of a street vendor.
I told you about that. One bar could be like a $4 beer, $1 hot dog. The next bar is like a $20 hamburger.
This
Nuts.
$10 hot dog was on the street. It was 3 in the morning. We're walking home. I'm starving. You know my junkie effect with hot dogs.
Man,
And I'm like, yeah, 2. And the guy's like putting stuff on. He's like, oh, you want the onions? Yeah, onions. And Cassie's like, oh, relish.
$5.
Yeah, relish.
$5.
No, $20 for 2 hot dogs. I'm like, take the onions off? He's like, that doesn't change the price.
Jesus Christ.
But it was good.
You know what's really ruined? Like ordering food anymore. You cannot order food in unless you're paying like $70 for 2 people.
Right.
It's
And I
insane.
mean,
it's so sad.
The Uber Eats and the DoorDash, it's built for the lazy like me. But goddamn, it's expensive.
It's so expensive. Like, it didn't used to be this way. $20 could get you a full meal. Like, what
For
is
$20,
happening?
you're like comatose.
$20 is like the tip and the fees.
Yeah. Ouch. Very depressed now.
It's nuts. Nashville's awesome, though.
It really is, and you nailed it. It is just the perfect party town. And like I said, watching pretty bachelorette girls just fall flat on her face and
Ugh.
watching people just run nuts. And it's all over the street. Like it's like
It's
a
like college.
giant. What's that?
It's like college.
It is like college. Well, not that I know, but I've been to college parties. It's a giant party town, though, and it doesn't sleep. And there's music in every freaking bar. But they got their tips out. They got their tip tops
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
go around. It's like
No.
mass. Sunday mass. Up in there. Fair
So
tip.
I met this one lovely artist, and I'm not going to call her out for it, but I did talk about the show. She goes, oh, I'd love to be on, and since I haven't really been able to get a hold of her on Instagram, but I'm going to keep trying. And she's like, oh, I would love to come on sometime. You could find me, my Instagram's on the bucket. Here's my Instagram. On the bucket. You see
Yeah.
this bucket?
Oh, you can't
That's my
see it.
Instagram.
You gotta put money in it.
And
Oh,
I'm
they're
like,
taking away.
oh, she was like, without saying, hey, I need money, or hey, I want money, she kept saying, the bucket. Fine, I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. That's how they, make their thing, but come on, man.
There are some great artists out there, though. The music
There
is
are.
just,
Yeah.
the music's terrific. It's, again, and next time I go, I'd love to, like, go with you and experience it. And, of course, the wife. And because you have an appreciation much like I do, we would just find so much stuff out there that would just absolutely kick ass. I remember one college party and a pitcher of beer. So, yeah, there was
What's
this.
your beer? No, there. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Is
no,
that
no,
like a
there was
personal
this-
story?
Yeah, there was this college party I went to down in Temple, with some guy I know. I'm not gonna mention his name.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to talk to the chicks, and all of a sudden I just get this girl goes to get, I guess, a guy and fix him straight and throws it, and it's just whoosh all over me from head to toe. Back then.
There are worse things, Jeff. There are worse things.
There is. Back then, me and college parties didn't get along. We would more now, but back then we
I
really.
think everyone has some sort of. If you really partied, like, come on. I went up Penn State. I have plenty of stories, but we used to have. We would go to the bar, and $5, shit you not, you get a pitcher of liquor.
Picture of liquor.
And you're done one pitcher, and then you get another. Yeah, so it's like things are bound to happen.
Who the
I
hell
don't-
came
only-
up with the
only
dumb
through-
idea of giving out a pitcher of liquor?
I had
Beer,
like,
yes.
What did she do to me? Oh, this girl, she I think it was glass. I think she like threw a glass bottle at my head. So there was an open bottle of Sprite, like a full 2-liter, and I just went shoo. She was in my place or on my balcony. So I just like soaked her, and then she still wouldn't go away, so I had to take other measures to get her the hell
That's
out of my
annoying.
place.
But you know what, dude? From you meeting the devil, it led to some good things.
Mhm.
Very few, but yes, it led to some good things. But so you see it on TV, of course. The college movies are all. God, I'm gonna get shit for this. Are all college guys at parties? Are they all dicks like they seem to be on in
Yeah.
the movies? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I
Like
stopped
it's
going to
either
frat
get drunk or
parties
get laid.
freshman
and-
year. Freshman year because you would go to frat parties and first of all, they wanted you to like do stuff for beer. So me and my friends, me and my two
Shit.
friends, we would go and we would all be in like there's a big crowd around the beer window, right? And the college guy would like hand out the beers. Oh, what are you gonna do for me? What are you gonna? And so, girls would do whatever. But then this one guy came up.
Really?
This one guy came up and he's like, "Here, I want a beer." And the dude's like, "Get out of here, man." He's like, "Look," and he popped his eyeball out. he's like, "Here, man, here's a beer."
Jesus
I'm like,
Christ.
let's get out of here. Like, you're really gonna put that dirty eyeball back in your socket with your frat hands?
He gave it to some other dude to hold it too. That's fucking disgusting. Dude.
Ugh. So many, but
So let's stop for a moment. Let's stop our train of thought
okay.
because I know everybody
done.
wants to know that's watching, either live or recorded. What is the naughtiest thing you did for a beer?
I refused. Like after the eyeball incident, I was done. I don't think I went to another frat party after that. I was like, or I brought my own. Like we knew better, and we would get our biggest purse, and we would pile in the beers, and then we would just go, and we would never have to worry about beer at a party again. And I think that was the smartest move. So,
I'm impressed. I am.
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
you know,
I mean, even if you have your own corner, you know how I am when I go to bars. Like I have to have my own little space. So I have my
You
own
sure
little corner
do.
with my girls, and we're dancing. Like that's all you need. I'm not about to do party tricks. Now my friend, R.I.P. I love you so much, Kat. But she literally was down to do anything. We dared her to jump off a roof. She did it. We got a parking cone and she drank out of it. Like she was
Ah, the eyeballs starting to sound
wild.
like kosher compared to that. Ugh.
Yeah, and we had plenty of beer. Like she didn't have to drink out of a parking cone. She just did it because that was Kat. That was her. But she's great, man. No, great people out there.
Where's she at now?
She's dead.
Oh, Jesus.
I said R.I.P.
I missed that.
She was so wild, though.
Oh, my
She's great.
God. I get more excited than I should sometimes, Jeffrey. Jeez, as always, I've said something dumbass. My wife's like, sometimes you say things that make me cringe. I think I've set an all-time new record.
The worst thing I did up school was, I just had to, because we always had the party place, so I had to break up a lot of parties, be the bouncer, be the mom.
Sorry.
I would like heave ho, get the hell out. So
I gotta be honest, I don't know about the audience, but I knew I wasn't gonna hear Jules say something like, "Oh, I grabbed this guy's dick for a beer." Like I knew it wasn't gonna happen. I had to
no,
ask anyway. Then no,
no.
Jules not grabbing your dick for a beer. She's bringing her own.
There's none of that. It would just be like, oh, flash us. Like, no,
Flash us.
we're not doing that. It's not Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it's not Mardi Gras. It's a frat party with cheap ass 10-cent beer.
Right. There would be some fun parties though, like the highlighter parties. Everyone wore a white shirt. You had to have a highlighter, or foam parties. Really fun. Anyway,
That's kinda
millennia ago.
There we go. There was a couple topics that we didn't hit over the last week or so that I wanted to save for you too,
Sure.
because I love your insight on some of the things, and we end up having great discussions. And one of those, I think I touched it briefly with Allie. We didn't get too deep into it. Is Britney Spears saying that she is never going to perform again? She says she is damaged. It has ruined her, and the thought of performing again is out of her life. Financially, yeah, probably doesn't have to. From the spirit of it, for you being a fan or not of her music, do you find this damaging? Do you find this like an end of an era, or are you just looking at like, all right, it's a car crash and they finally have cleared all the bodies?
No, I just think it's sad, and you see someone like Madonna who's 70 and still rocking it, and that could be Britney. You know what I mean? But Britney just has to get well, and right now she's just not in the space. It's only been like a hot year since she's had her freedom, so give the girl some space. She'll be like a Madonna, the phoenix out of the ashes. She'll be good.
I said that too. Like it just seems like it's leading to a comeback with years.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say years to get right get in shape, prepare. I mean,
She's in great shape.
I gotta
She's
tell you,
naked
them,
all the time.
oh my God, is she? I was just gonna say, is she always naked, holding them boobies? If she ever needs help holding those boobies,
She's
I'm
married.
here. It's Britney. I
And so are you.
think again. I think my wife would let me hold Britney's boobies. I really do. She told me that Brianna
I think your
Dale's
wife
my hall
would.
pass. I think my wife wants to hold her boobies. Honey, can I put? Can you imagine, honey? Is it okay if I hold Britney's boobies? Oh my, she's got wonderful boobies. There's Britney all over my Funko Pop wall. I got like every Britney.
Renee.
Just because I'm like fascinated, and it's cool because we went from Britney to Elton John, and Elton John plans on live streaming his very final concert, which I think is pretty cool. I've seen him 3 times. He's an excellent performer. I wish he'd wear a hat instead of a horrible toupee, but it happens.
He
Are
wears
you
a toupee.
intrigued?
I had no
Oh
idea.
God, yeah. Oh yeah, it's horrible too. It's a horrible looking toupee.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's terrible. It really is. Are you interested in seeing it live stream? Would you watch? I know I'm gonna watch. I'm a big Elton John fan.
I was never a big Elton John fan. I really
Really?
wasn't. Yeah, I mean, the only song I liked is Daniel.
That's a good song.
It is a good song. But, like,
No
I
Ben
wouldn't
and the
sit there and watch the
Jets?
concert.
Really?
No. And I think about McCartney, and I'm not a huge McCartney fan. I love the Beatles. I
No.
friggin' listen to the Beatles all day long, but McCartney by himself, and, like, McCartney now, I'm just like, I'm good.
McCartney now's brutal. Sorry,
It
I know you're a
is.
legend, but
It is, no. Even with Bruce, I was like, oh, let me watch him and Bruce. I'm like, no. It
Oh God, like
was sad.
watching McCartney. Again, I could never do what he did, and really nobody on earth has ever come close to what he's done. But watching him now is like legitimately watching some random old man singing karaoke. Like it's really
No,
bad.
and it's not that. It's not his age. I will watch Willie Nelson right now and be like, yeah. But McCartney, I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know if he tries too hard or and his songs are so, you really have to sing. Like Springsteen, the other rockers can kind of get away with it because, but McCartney, I feel like it's just so, his songs are so technical that you have to be in sync or it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's bad.
Breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
Oh, I wrote her a I wrote her a note in her lunchbox so she responded. So I love you. I love you.
Oh, that's sweet. That's not breaking news. Though. We know from watching the show enough that you two have an awesome bond. That's very cool.
Oh my God, we went down Ocean City last weekend. The first time in 2 years. Oh, I missed it. We had the shittiest weather, but I tell you what, it doesn't even matter. There was a blood moon. It was so red. I was standing on the beach, and we first walk out on the beach, and it's nighttime, and I see this light in the sky. I'm like, first I thought it was a Ferris wheel. I'm like, what is over there?
It's
I'm like,
first of all
blind.
flying in the sky.
No, it was right on the water. I'm like, oh my God, it's because you could see like Atlantic City from the one side. I'm like,
Yeah.
It was the freaking moon, and it was blood red. I'm like, I've never seen a freaking blood red moon. I put it on my Instagram if you haven't seen it, but it was so damn cool. It was worth it alone. That trip was worth it just for that. See the moon.
That's very cool. I like Ocean City. I know everybody's like wild with this.
Love it.
I like Ocean City.
Their food. We had to get their
Yes.
food. So good.
Absolutely. This past weekend, kind of a somber moment for me this past weekend, but a moment that I loved. And again, I'm going to thank my buddy Jeff Keenan from Champ Beverage for including me in it. We did the Newtown Beer Fest, and Jeff brought me in as one of the pourers to represent Axeman Brewing. And I had such a great time. They had the Blue Stripe, which is the Penn State beer, the Kolsch, and another great beer there on tap. And I just got the pour. And our buddy Justin did the Partey, which is the canned margarita, which if you come this weekend, I'm going to let you try one of them. I got some
Oh
here.
man.
And we just had such a blast. And I realized, Jewel, not to get sappy, but the beer business is like my life. And I realize I'm pretty fucking good at it. And just had a blast just representing beer and talking beer with people and pouring. And Jeff, of course, was there as well with the Champ Beverage layout. And it was just so great. And I don't know what the future holds for Champ or any of that. But to be back part of it at a festival, pouring out beer, talking beer, being with people, laughing, smiling, having a good time was incredible. It was packed. There were so many people there, and I just love it. Like I told Jeff, as long as you're clinging on to Champ, and as long as you have Champ Beverage in your life, I'm there, dude. I will volunteer. I will take paid gig, whatever it is, just to stay in it. Beer's like my life, dude. As you know, I know you see me drink these stateside teas. It's more or less just so I don't get really messed up, but I love it. It's just such a great time. It was incredible.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you because I know you enjoy it, and man, to be out there, and I saw you were there. I'm like, oh my God, there were so many things that happened this past Saturday,
I
like
know.
so many events, and I don't know, I thought that was in the winter for some reason, the Newtown Beer Festival.
They might have another because I think they have a couple a year, and then
Okay.
Washington's Crossing has a big one, and etc. Also Saturday, another great moment. Got to celebrate my nephew Robert's birthday, and we all
Aw.
went out to dinner and just had a great time. And he's getting big. Stop getting big. He is as
he
cute
5?
as cute can be. I forget. I don't even remember anymore. I can't keep up. He's 4.
Come
I
on,
think
Jeff. That's your
Huh?
nephew. You should know
He's
that.
he's 4. Not only is my nephew, I'm his godfather. I told my brother, I'm like, yeah, I got to go to Beer Fest and work. And he's like, and miss your godson's birthday, you suck. And I'm like, no, wait, this ends there. We do it at, like a little later at night, and just a great dinner, a great time. He's just such an awesome kid. And then Sunday, football used to be at my house. We're starting to do it at my brother's house. Him and his wife Beth got a place up in Doylestown. It's a great house. We have a great time there, and she just does it up. So thank you for that. She makes a nice breakfast, and then there's a nice dinner involved, and you get to see my nephew and hang with my brother. My buddy comes up, and we watch football all day long. And there's little things, man. You talk about little things in life that really mean the world to you. It's stuff like that, and you can appreciate it. I know you appreciate it, being the family person you are and having your daughter there. You know, that's the kind of stuff that keeps the wheels spinning.
I know, and tradition is very important. Speaking of tradition, Halloween coming up.
Oh, I can't wait. Whoa, that's scary. That's
We're
the
so
most
excited.
eerie, evil approach I've ever seen.
I
She's
don't
like,
have it.
"Scared?"
Oh, I know. She lives too. I scared her earlier because
That was
Yeah, you
such-
keep on scaring me.
we're prank war champion. But anyway, I don't have a single Halloween costume planned.
I
But
do.
the show's Halloween costume I have planned.
Oh,
You got the
yes.
show's Halloween
It's
costume.
a
already?
very good one.
I'm already struggling. I'm trying to find a great guest. Not that I would mind having
I'm gonna
Lydia
help you.
come back because
I'm
she's
gonna
awesome.
help you with
but
that. Lydia would be great again.
I love
That,
Lydia.
that should be a thing. I think she should.
Maybe it
come
should
back.
be. Maybe every year it should be Lydia. I absolutely love her. I think she's.
And you know
just
she'll dress
terrific.
up and like play.
Wasn't that
Oh,
so
sorry.
cool? We didn't even have to ask her, and she
do
dressed up
wrestling
on
for
her.
like actual trick or treating. And TT can't come trick or treating with me because she's going on a trip.
Ah, okay.
I'm listening. I'm
we're
trying to get.
figure out something to do before. Halloween.
You'll be on the Yo show. You have like sauce on your face when you get washed up.
No.
For bed.
Want some red sauce to chocolate?
Red
What's going on
sauce,
there? Girl's having a,
chocolate.
she's having a buffet over there.
We made smoothies earlier.
Red
Mm-hmm.
sauce.
With raspberries and blueberries.
We did.
That's
And
good though. It's
milk
good to
and-
get your fruit in. That's smart.
And
And if you know
protein.
me, I don't like touching it, so she touched it. I don't like fruit. I don't like fruit, man. It's just
What? No
gross.
fruit?
No, but like apples and bananas. That's it.
Yeah.
But not
Mm,
mushy.
bananas.
They can't be in cereal and an apple pie. Like none of that. They have to be fresh.
Not in an
They have
apple
to be
pie.
like bananas. Bananas are literally like the easiest
I
breakfast.
like bananas. I don't like them in cereal or
Oh,
mushy.
bananas and cereal's terrific.
Yeah, or
Those
pancakes.
Frosted
Like,
Flakes.
are you
No,
crazy?
not on pancakes. No.
No, you're adding syrup. You're adding maple syrup with banana
Syrup.
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 Oh,
Syrup.
and guess what?
Syrup.
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 In third grade, guess what they're teaching
Oh my
us?
So-
We have this app called Typing Club,
God.
and we have learned.
Oh, good. Yeah, you gotta learn to type.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to talk too.
So, so first we practice
All right, hon.
F and J, and then we.
It's too much. You muted her.
Where's the spider?
Players in your room. Have fun.
Yeah, she muted her. That is about the funniest thing I've ever seen. Speaking of Halloween, and I say this for you. Have you seen the trailer yet? And how amped are you, of course, for Hocus Pocus 2?
I'm so excited. I love it so much.
I
Freaking
know.
Bette Midler is my favorite person alive. And so Sergio's What are you doing? I don't want him on my face. Look, we got a crab.
It's
Oh,
my
look at
hermit
that.
crab. He's so cute,
What's his name?
Biggie.
Is Biggie alive? Oh, he's moving. Okay. All right,
When
thank
did
you.
when did Joey become a Yenta? So cute. Set her finger away. She became a Yenta like overnight.
You said when she was little, it would be Swedish. Yeah, you know. Now it's like,
Now she's verklempt.
I keep getting texts from your wife.
From my wife, really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Well,
Wow.
I'm in this group chat thing.
Now,
It's blowing up
Fuck
right
you.
now.
all right. That's awesome. Live here on the show. Thank you. Guess she forgot it was Tuesday.
Oh, it's not to me, so I'm just
Well, yeah,
like
but I
Cassie
mean,
Breen, Cassie Breen.
you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck? I'm like surrounded by Paris tonight. Hocus Pocus 2 trailer, the Britney Spears
Yes,
thing.
that is good. Halloween is coming out. Halloween ends. I think it's the final movie.
Yes.
And then it's
and-
Halloween does not end next
Right,
year.
right. Next year, Halloween's back.
Psych.
Right, because it looks like, because they show, like, looking at the clips, and, like, the end, like, he attacks her and she tries to stab him. If that's going to kill him, I give up, because this man has been blown up, shot, thrown off buildings, and you're going to stab him, and he's going to be gone?
Everything. Like, he's indestructible. And then
Right.
the last movie, they're like, oh, that was the best movie ever. And it went back. And I was so excited for it. And then it was such a letdown. I'm like, man.
I don't watch him. I don't like him.
I seriously, there's a lot of, I don't know. I'm watching The Patient right now with Steve Carell. That's pretty good. It's on Hulu. He's a psychiatrist that gets trapped by his murderous patient. I'm watching New Handmaid's Tale's out.
Yes, that's
pretty
a
interesting.
show. Big credit to my wife for that. That's a show.
That is hella interesting, and
Yeah.
it's like scary because it could happen, like Black
Right.
Mirror. You
That's
know,
what she says. She's like, it kind of scares me because that could happen.
right? New episode today. I have to watch that. But
Yeah.
yeah, there are good movies and TV coming out. New video games. I sent you.
Yes,
Zelda?
you did, and we'll talk a little bit about that. It's a Zelda. This is a movie.
This is a proposed movie for Netflix, and Tom Holland is Link.
It's super cool. Let me see if we got the picture. So
I
AI
don't know why this
program-
isn't a thing with Lord of the Rings and that popularity and Harry Potter. Why isn't Zelda a big movie by now? And
Look at that picture.
Tom Holland, that's believable. Just make him more blonde.
That's
and I'm
freaking-
in.
That's really awesome too. It's
That's
a cool
really
picture.
cool.
I
And
love
it's such a
Tom
good
Holland.
story, Land of Hyrule. I think Zelda's due for a comeback. The new game just got announced that's being released in May of 2023. So you won't see me for 3 months because I'll be playing it. But man, So excited.
Editions for 3 months live.
PS5 has a lot of good games coming out too. They have an open world Wonder Woman game. It's all
Oh, yeah.
Themyscira. So I might have to cave and buy a PS5.
You don't have a PS5? I don't have a PS. Do I have 5? No, I got 4 and 3.
I have every Nintendo. I don't have any PlayStation or Xbox.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, I've got 3 and 4. I didn't get 5.
Where's good?
What the hell is that? Somebody's coming through your wall.
It's trash night.
Gotcha. This one was, it's funny. It's not funny. But in reading the story, it's funny. So, the COO of Beyond Meat, Doug Ramsey, is actually in hot water right now because in a brawl in a parking lot, he bit a man's nose. So it's post-football game. They're brawling in a parking lot, and here's this vegan boss biting a man's nose. Isn't that kind of ironic? Because noses aren't vegan.
Is he on PCP or something? That's nasty.
It was disturbing. Like, apparently there was some kind of like altercation in a parking garage after a football game, and he bites this dude's nose. And now, of course, being who he is, like he's like the COO of Beyond Meat, which is
like plant-based,
right?
Vegan army,
and like the king of the vegan like.
Watch him be a cannibal. Watch him be like a Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, that movie's coming out too, Jeffrey Dahmer. But yeah, watch him be like nasty.
Wouldn't that be some sick shit? Like that's pretty wild when you think about it.
How bad must a fight be that you want to bite the other person? I've never been in a fight, and I've been in a few that I want to bite someone.
Yeah, you're like, you get at that nose.
Like I want you away from me. Like get away.
Really, I want
to bite you.
Can you imagine the pain though? Like me and my brother were literally used to play around and bite each other's big toe, and that is like excruciating. Well, when you're wrestling around as kids and biting, like it was like a way to get them off because that shit hurts. Can you imagine somebody biting your nose?
Bite any of me? No,
don't bite me. Except for some of you ladies out there.
Dude, oh my god, you know what we didn't talk about? The freaking Army Hammer documentary. I watched all of that shit. Did you see
I didn't watch
that?
any of it.
And he bit some bitches, and let me tell you, that guy has perfect teeth. It was just like a red circle. But no, he's legit a cannibal. He's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
He's like, I want to eat you and barbecue your insides.
Ew. Barbecue your insides.
Well, here, his family had a history of, like, murder and, being these, torturous to women especially. Like, his father, his uncle, his grandfather, like, it goes up the line. Armand Hammer was, like, the 16th richest person in the world. And he had that oil rig that blew up and killed, like, 100 people.
Yeah.
Arm and Hammer, is that where the baking soda comes from?
Arm and Hammer, baking soda.
I don't know, but they're bad people. Bad people.
Bad people. Nothing like those documentaries. Who was the other guy that was really wealthy? DuPont.
Oh, yeah.
These ultra wealthy people being fucking weird.
There's a good Bailey Sarian. She does that dark history where she dives into, and DuPont is like 3 of her episodes.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, nasty.
So is Nestle. Nestle, and never drink Nestle water because it's full of salt and it just makes you dehydrated.
Well, but that.
They were the first people to come out with baby formula, and they made all these mothers and dependent on baby formula because they told the mothers of the babies to stop breastfeeding. So they had to use this baby formula that was horrible for the babies, malnutrition. Nestle is a horrible company.
Wow. I did not know any of them. They make great cookies, though.
Yeah.
I'm done with their cookies.
Toulouse.
Salt in them.
Nestle Toulouse.
Probably got salt in them.
They do.
Let's talk about something absolutely awesome because it's coming up in a few weeks. And if you did not get your tickets, they're selling fast. It is Ladies Who Rock for a Cause, the 5th annual live Saturday, October 8th from Constatter on Academy Road in Philadelphia, PA. The great Sharon Leah from the Sharon Leah Band runs this great charity. She'll be on our show in a couple of weeks to talk about it. The lineup drew incredible. Taylor Dane, Tiffany, Jennifer Page. Kick It Out does a tribute to Heart. The Sharon Leah Band, of course, will be on hand and much more. It's an awesome cause for women in need, and it's a terrific program. We thank Sharon for running it. Last year she did it virtual. One of our great friends of the show, Susie Corey, got on the docket. It was just a great show. This time we're back live. Northeast Philadelphia Constators, do not miss it. It is, once again, if you missed it, it's Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. Saturday, October 8th, Constatter. More acts to be announced, so it's going to be an awesome show, Jewel.
Tell it to my heart. Tell me on the moon. Got your tickets. All right, so do we have backstage yet?
We have nothing yet. We gotta.
We
talk
have
to Sharon.
Sharon next week, so we gotta.
We're more than
Go on,
willing
Sharon.
to
Sharon.
contribute and buy, but we gotta meet some of these great artists. And I want to sit backstairs and go like this, like when they come off.
We'll
stage.
sell T-shirts if we could just, get in for free and just make interviews for people.
I'm down with that too. I'm definitely down.
We'll donate.
We'll donate. Down for some Yo show. We have backstage interviews. Taylor Dane is. I might faint. She's
Tell
awesome.
it to my heart. Tell it on my mind.
And Tiffany,
Tiffany, come on, man. Jennifer
Right?
Page. It's just. And the Heart trivia. Oh my God, I'd be wilding out.
I love Heart. I do.
I love Heart.
It's just
What's your favorite Heart song? I think.
Oh, it's
Be
Barracuda,
Alone.
dude. It's not even close. Really? Barracuda is like my jam, dude. I love that song.
Oh,
Because that's more right. And I'm telling you, man, and I've said it before, how men are groupies. How women are groupies to men. I groupie the shit out of Nancy Wilson. I love her.
you don't think men are groupies?
I don't know. I know women are. I meant to say I know how women are groupies, but
It's
I'm
like
sure men
women are groupies and men are stalkers.
Right? How is that fair? So if I message
man.
Nancy Wilson like 672 times to be on the show, it makes me a stalker? Actually, I messaged her twice, no response. If you're out there, I love you, Nancy Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
love you, Nancy Wilson. Somebody I do love that I messaged to be on the show, and I got a check back in a few months. I'm getting ready to check back with again. And I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know why I'm getting all up on it, but I know she had a new book out, and I saw some stuff better with Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles. And I messaged her people, and he's like, yeah, she's writing a book. She's doing a bunch of stuff. I think she might be interested. Reach back out. I think I'm getting ready to reach back out. The worst you could say is no, but
That's pretty big.
I adore her. She
Pretty
is
big.
beautiful. That's pretty big. And I got a check back. I didn't get a no go to hell, or I didn't get a no way. I got a check back. So it's about that time period to check back, and I would be nervous as shit, dude. I would be fumbling over my words all night.
I know. You know who I got? I was going to reach out to Jordan Ladd again, and then her mother is on the new Dancing with the Stars right now. But Jordan Ladd, it's like horror movie queen.
I love Jordan Ladd. She is horror movie queen, and not that I watch a lot of horror movies, but you can get down with some Jordan Ladd.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And speaking of, she's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Death Proof, which has freaking Kurt Russell. And Kurt Russell is going to be at Valley Forge Casino signing his wine bottles. And I was like, oh, my God. All right. So I got to get on the thing right away to, buy tickets to see Kurt Russell and hang out with Kurt Russell and buy his wine. It's called Goldie. How cute is that?
That is cute.
I know. And it was
Aw.
sold out in one day.
Already?
Oh, I was so
Freaking Kurt
pissed.
Russell?
And that was, I think that's October 23rd. Stuntman Mike, I would flip out if I met Kurt Russell. I
Right.
really would.
You know, his first acting role was Jungle Boy on Gilligan's Island. Go show you how long he's been around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that, it was another jungle show, like Robinson Crusoe, or, is that right? I don't know. He was a kid. He was like a
Tarzan,
kid actor.
Tarzan.
I
I
don't
don't know.
Lassie.
Fort Apache the Bronx.
those.
Lassie.
Remember that show, The Virginian?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
It's a line.
Oh my
from
god.
Death Proof.
So what do we got? We got so much great stuff coming up. Come on, I gotta update this roster of coming up. Anyway, next week, September 27th, one for the ladies. I don't have a picture, but this guy's a good-looking
I
dude.
thought Sharon was next weekend. When Sharon?
Sharon? Whoops, now it's Sharon. He was on here, too. I got to check. I think I messed up.
I thought Sharon was next.
I think we double
Actually, I
dipped.
thought she was tonight.
No, what happened with that? Oh, she's going to be so mad at me, too. All right, so let's not talk about who's coming up next week. Let's talk about 2 weeks when we're joined by one of our absolute favorites in 2 weeks. Laura Cheeto returns to the program. Jewel did not get to see her last time. And Laura's coming on. She's got so much. She appears on TV all the time. And it was funny because she always puts a little banner up. And she put this banner up, saying, coming up. And it's all this great stuff. I'm like, yeah, where's the O show? So she changed the banner to make sure she put us on there. That is
you're on
October 4th. October 4th, Laura Cheeto. October 11th, finally, the terrific actor, the beautiful Caitlin Weiler will be on our program. Can't wait to talk to her. October 18th, Jewel, a lovely local singer who made her way out to Nashville to make an album, who does a lot of local appearances too. Meg Russell will be on the show. She's adorable. I love her. We chat a lot about her appearance on the show, and just terrific, and that's coming up. We also do, don't forget, no show tomorrow. No Yo 2.0 tomorrow. We ran a little snag, so no 2.0 tomorrow, but we do 2.0. We bring in other guest hosts and guests, and we take it a little bit different direction as the Yo show. But of course, as you know, you find Jewel and I here every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. It is pretty much the best damn part of your week. And if you have not made it the best damn part of the week, do it and tell your friends and come out and see new artists like tonight. Sergio and Michel, thank you. He was amazing.
Best part of my week. Ow!
I can get back to the drawing board because somehow, hang on a second here. I think I'm now Sharon Leah's enemy because yeah, she was scheduled to. What the heck happened to her appearance? Whoops. Okay, me and Sharon have to get together and talk about her appearance. Holy shit, I blew it. But still doesn't mean you have to miss Ladies Who Rock for a cause. That's pretty awesome. Oh, and November 1st, we're joined by singer Bella Kelly. She's pretty wild. She's got a pretty nice following. Very excited for her as well. So we just got great stuff coming up, and we're going to be revealing something new within the next week or two. Jewel has seen it. I have seen it. We enjoy it. We're getting ready to bring it to you. And with that, maybe some new merchandise and some new fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're coming at you. We're coming at you strong. A lot of great things and ideas. Again, a huge thank you to Sergio and Michel for just a terrific performance tonight. Don't forget to check out the brand new album out now, Tropical Depression. We played the song here tonight, the headlining song, Tropical Depression. It's awesome. And again, www.sergiomichel.com. Jewel, it's great having you back tonight. I'm telling you, it felt like we didn't miss a beat, but it also felt like kind of sad. It's been a few weeks. I look forward to seeing you this weekend and just kind of shooting the breeze and hanging out. And always a great time. You make the week just a little bit better.
I know, man. It felt so weird. I hate not coming on. It doesn't feel right. So glad to be back, settled in. And yeah, we're party up this weekend. Cass's birthday. And I'm so excited. It's going to be a great fall. I'm so excited for fall. This is the time, man.
You're not kidding.
I'm so happy the summer's over.
And a big thank you to my coworker Anthony today because I was having a bad day. And he always leans over and he's like, "How you doing, bud?" And I'm like, "Not good." He's like, "But it's Tuesday. It's show night." I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, it's show night." So
that's why I kept saying to Jeff, yeah, thank you, Anthony. I kept saying to Jeff, what day is it?
Right?
What day is days, but
Tuesday.
We know where we're supposed to be on Tuesdays, and it's right here with
Absolutely.
you all.
So if my wife ever wants to cheat on me and guys want to date her, ask her out for Tuesday nights because I'm not.
Oh, she'll go out too. She's always out on a Tuesday.
She would
going
murder
up
me if she ever knew.
On a Tuesday. That's a song.
It sure is. We're gonna take you out with we're gonna take you out with music from St. Ricketts. www.saintricketts.com. A Fire Cannot Burn is the awesome theme song. Gotta beat them guys up for a little new music, man. We've been promised for a while. I'm starting to get antsy. Jewel Tatey, Jeff the Shark Perini, thanking you for tuning in. Have yourselves a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday with probably a double guest because I get probably gonna be Sharon Leah and Scott Gardner coming up
Possibly.
next Tuesday. I suck at this. I swear I fucking suck at this. I need a secretary or something. This is
Intern.
now. Intern,
Let's go.
secretary. We had an intern. She quit after like a week.
Unpaid.
Unpaid, right? Unpaid, which is how I first turned Jewel on the show. Oh, by the way, there's no
college
pay.
credit.
By the way, there's no pay. Good night, everybody. Give me some Sam Riggins. Well, make sure to turn the volume up. I almost forgot. Here we go.
Was it truly bliss if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you knew? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of blue? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the wound, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly bliss if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So